Hey everyone, today we're back with another roundup of some of the tech and everyday carry accessories that I've enjoyed using over the past couple of months. These are the types of things that I normally like to have with me to just make my day-to-day a little bit easier, whether I'm going to work or just exploring. And so excited to dive in. Before doing so, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Wuben continues to impress with the variety of flashlights that they have in their lineup. One of their latest offerings is the X4, which I have here, and this is a rugged everyday carry flashlight. It's a little bit larger than some of the other options that I've looked at from them, but still very versatile size, very easy to grip. The materials on these feel super durable, and then you have a very solid clip here that will allow you to attach this to a pocket, a bag, and then I really love the controls that are included here. You have the button here on the side that allows you to turn the light on, and then you have this switch that allows you to control the various modes. And when you push this all the way down, it locks the light so you can't accidentally turn it on in your pocket and run down the battery. And then this also allows you to access the various modes. And so you have these lights here on the side that you can turn on, and you have a dial that will allow you to adjust the brightness of the flashlight in its various modes. So just super simple to kind of adjust it. And then you can also use the lights here at the top. You have a bright mode, which really just creates a nice amount of light, and then a softer mode. So that'll help conserve battery for when you don't need quite as much light. And then you do have a magnetic end here for hands-free use, as well as a button that will allow you to quickly turn on the light mode that you have selected. So in this case, if I have one of the brighter ones selected, if I push that, it turns it on. Same for the light mode here, it does the same thing. And you also have the ability to charge this via USB-C, and you can remove the rechargeable battery that's on the inside, as we've seen with some other flashlights. And so all in all, it just feels super solid. You have the ability to open this up here. You can lock the compartment where the battery is stored. And so just a really cool flashlight overall. I've had great experiences with Wuben's products so far. And if you're looking for a rugged everyday carry flashlight that's gonna give you plenty of light and also feels super durable, and this is gonna be a cool option to take a look at. One item that I've talked about multiple times in recent travel gear videos is a wired set of headphones. Even though I still love wireless headphones, there is something that has been super comforting about having just a simple set of headphones that I could plug into the device that I'm trying to use and not have to worry about charging it, worry about connectivity issues, or worry about losing something that's a little bit more expensive. And for all of those reasons, I actually started to look into wired mice. I've been a big fan of Apple's Magic Mouse, and I still love to use that. It's probably my preferred mouse, but I've been experimenting with going back to a wired USB-C mouse because I was curious how it would feel. And first of all, I was excited to have something that was USB-C compatible so I could plug it right into my MacBook Pro. And then the mouse itself is a pretty nice form factor. It's not super big, so it'll be easily to pack into a daily bag. If I'm traveling for work, I can take it with me. It's got pretty decent ergonomics. You have right and left click buttons, a scroll wheel, and so, it's pretty simple, but that's part of what allows these items to work so well. And then the cable is a good length, so it's easy to just kind of use it however I want to comfortably, and then it's, something that I know is gonna work. I don't have to worry about charging it or whether the battery is going to run out on me while I'm using it. I don't have to pack an extra charging cable. And so this is just a simple, reliable item. And if you're looking for a mouse that's going to be useful and also not break the bank, then I think this is going to be a really cool option to consider. If you're looking for a reliable everyday carry knife, this option from SOG really caught my eye. I like the style that this offers. This is just the type of pocket knife that I typically gravitate towards, and the size feels great. It's not too big, not too small. It fits very nicely into a pocket. It's something that you can use in a lot of different settings without feeling uncomfortable like you're pulling out a huge knife or anything like that, but still quite capable. And then you're gonna have a solid pocket clip here, and it's offered in a few different colors. I have the green version here. And one of the things that I like about it is the options that it has for opening it. So you have, the thumb studs here on either side that you can use to open it, but you also have this assisted opening system here, which makes it very quick and easy to open the knife when you need it. You of course want to make sure to adhere to any local laws on your state or country where you're using it, but I think that that works very nicely. And then it also has an access style lock, so it feels super secure when you're actually using it I always prefer this system over frame locks. That's just been my experience with my pocket knife so far. So really like that this is included. And then this also comes in at a price that feels quite reasonable for the features that you're getting. And so if you're looking for a versatile, useful knife, then I think this is going to be a really cool option to consider. The 16-liter Tasra pack from Cotopaxi is a compact but highly functional everyday carry option. The one that I have here is one of their Del Dia options, which means that it is made out of the recycled fabrics that weren't used in creating some of their other products. So the idea with these bags is that they're always going to have a very unique color combination. The idea is that they're kind of one of a kind, and so I love the pops of color that this includes. It definitely, matches up with Cotopaxi's fun style, and so I was excited to see what the one that I got was going to look like. So very interesting combinations here. And besides the colors, the materials here feel durable, pretty lightweight. They get the job done. I've always had a good experience with Cotopaxi's bag, smooth working zippers. And then on the exterior, you have dual external water bottle pockets. Now, with this being a smaller bag, these aren't the largest, but with the amount of elasticity that they have, they'll still be able to hold my typical water bottles pretty easily. You have a nice handle at the top. And then at 16 liters, this is, one of the smaller EDC bags that I might use, but because of the layout and the form factor, it doesn't feel as small as some of the other 16-liter bags that I've used. So it was able to hold more than enough for my day-to-day. And then it's gonna offer comfortable straps on the back. They have a decent amount of padding, and you don't have a sternum strap included with this one, but you do have a couple of attachment points here to maybe hang your glasses, clip on a light. The back is going to offer a little bit of padding as well, but not a ton of breathability, which makes sense just given the size of the bag. It kind of comes with the territory, and so it's been comfortable to wear regardless. And the layout is where I really like this bag. I'm a huge fan of this style where you have these quick access pockets on the front that have plenty of volume. And so you have a larger compartment here at the bottom. You can see how much this comes up. And so this is going to be great for holding all sorts of pouches, bulkier accessories. This will allow you to even, use it for traveling quite comfortably. And then at the top, you have another quick access pocket, plenty of volume here as well. Great for holding sunglasses, bulkier charging cables. You have a zippered pocket on the inside to separate smaller accessories, as well as a little clip for your keys. And then getting into the main area, it's a top loading compartment. Nice open layout here that's going to match up well with my modular style of packing. I can also maybe toss in a smaller packing cube if I wanted to use this as like a super minimal travel bag. And then on the back, you have some built-in organization, nice slip pocket here, a couple of slots for pen, stylus. And then on the back, you have a couple of sleeves, and they have a decent amount of padding. I was surprised by how robust these felt. And so you have a tablet sleeve on the front. Going to offer space for an iPad mini or even a full-size tablet. And then on the back, you have a padded laptop sleeve. It's got this Velcro strap to help keep your device in place. And this was able to hold my 14-inch MacBook Pro comfortably. I like that it's even a little bit pulled up off the bottom of the ground. So when the bag is full, you will have an extra bit of protection. When it's not full, you can see that the bottom will kind of collapse up, but still, I was impressed with how protective this compartment felt, given the style of the bag. And then another cool aspect is that because it's so lightweight and flexible, this actually packs down fairly flat. So even though the straps and the padding here might take up a little bit of space and weight in your bag, this could also be a pretty capable packable bag. So lots of great things to say about this one. And if you're looking for a unique, fun, and functional bag, then this is going to be an excellent option to keep in mind. If you're looking for some extra protection for your laptop, or your backpack doesn't have a padded laptop compartment, then a sleeve like this option from Orbitkey can be a really useful accessory. I normally don't use these types of sleeves that often, but there have been a couple of bags that have come out as of late that I've really enjoyed using that don't have the padding in the laptop area that I would like to see. And so having something like this just allows me to still use that bag, carry my device, and feel like it's gonna have the protection that it needs. And I was also intrigued by this option because of some of the extra features that Orbitkey includes in their design. And so first off, with the aesthetic, this just looks like a really nice high quality sleeve. You have the Orbitkey branding here on the front. The material feels great. And the way that this is designed, it actually allows the ports for your laptop to be accessed. So if you want to charge it while it's closed, you can do so. So really thoughtful design there. And then it's got a magnetic flap here that keeps this closed when you're not using it. It's when you open it up, however, that you can see some of the benefits start to come out. And so at the moment, I'm using this to store my 14-inch MacBook Pro. They have a larger version for 16-inch MacBooks and other similarly sized devices. You can see that this, works well for a slimmer laptop, I would say. And what I really like about it is that it expands open, and then you actually have a built-in mouse pad. And I never would have thought that I needed to have a mouse pad when I was working from different locations, but there have been multiple times recently where I always wish that I had somewhere to put my mouse. And so if you open the laptop up, you now have this dedicated section that works perfectly as a place for your mouse. And depending on how you orient it, it will work for right hand or left hand usage. And so very simple, but very effective. And then you can close it up, you put your laptop away, and you can kind of put your workstation away. So as someone who works remote, who works from various coffee shops, from hotel rooms, it's always nice to have accessories like these that will allow you to create a more comfortable working environment. And so if you're looking for a sleeve that's going to not only help keep your laptop protected, but that can also include the built-in mouse pad to just make it easier to work, then this is going to be an excellent option to take a look at. Another item that's always great to have in your bag is a portable battery. And there are tons of great options on the market nowadays. I've had great experiences with Anker's batteries. They've just held up well. I really like the designs that they offer. They always seem to have cool features. And I've been seeing a lot of this style of power bank on the market recently, where it has this sort of built-in cable here. And I was curious to try one out. And so the form factor on this is a good balance for me. It gives me some extra capacity, but it doesn't feel super large or bulky, so I feel comfortable using it for my day-to-day and also for travel. And then this is going to be able to charge my device comfortably, and I like that because it has an actual cable, it's going to charge it a little quicker than some of the MagSafe batteries that I've used in the past. And so the cable just kind of attaches here to the battery. You can pull that out. It's got a USB-C cable that's built in. And then you also have an additional port that will allow you to charge a second device, or it also offers two-way charging, I believe it's called, where you can actually plug the battery into the wall, plug your phone, and kind of charge both things at the same time. So that's a really cool feature there. And then you also have a USB-A port. And so, it's a portable battery, which at the end of the day is meant to just give you some extra juice while you're on the go. And I think that this one does a great job. It also has, the digital display here to see the remaining capacity. You have a button on the side. And I believe there's a newer model of this that's on the market. You can also get a larger one that's going to give you extra capacity. But, I like that this one was a little bit less expensive, given that it was a previous generation. And again, because of the experience I've had with Anker's batteries, I had no issues buying the previous version, saving a little bit of money, and just having a chance to try this out. So if you're like me and you were looking for a new battery bank that also gave you the built-in cable and a nice form factor, then this is going to be a really cool option to consider. And so that's it. Those are some of the tech and everyday carry accessories that I've enjoyed using over the past couple of months. Hopefully this video was helpful, and if you have any questions on the items that I featured in the video or suggestions for similar gear that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I'll make sure to include links in the description below to some of the other roundup videos that I've done where I've covered my favorite travel and everyday carry gear in different categories and price points, so make sure to check those out. And if you have ideas for other roundup videos that you'd like to see, please let me know about those as well. And I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.